The Watchmen finale aired last night, and it tied up the entire story. The feeling I got after this well-made conclusion was this might just be a contained story. I don't know why I went into the series believing otherwise, because the creator Damon Lindelof seemed very adamant about being faithful and respectful to the original work. So I went online to find any post-finale interviews he gave, and found one he did with Entertainment Weekly. He started talking about how expansive this world is and how many different stories can be told, but went on to answer the question we all had. If I was gonna do another season of Watchmen, I would need to have a really cool idea and a justification for doing it. I don't have either of those right now. It doesn't mean that they won't come at some future point. I just finished the show 4 weeks ago. My antenna is up, but it's like only getting static. I can't say that there will definitely not be a second season, and I can't say there definitely will be. That's kind of where my head's at. The interview went on to discuss the details of the cast's contracts, and if they're locked down to only work on Watchmen, or if they're free to work on other projects. Damon says they can work around their schedules, but as for the writers, they've gone on to other things. I guess I have it in the back of my mind where I called them up and they were available and I can be like, hey, we're putting the gang back together for another heist, and they would be able to do it, but maybe I'm naive about it. He's being as optimistic and hopeful for fans as much as he can be, but I don't think it's happening, guys. This is probably it. I enjoyed the hell out of this show, so I'm not going to complain about the creator ending it when he felt it was appropriate, instead of dragging it on to milk some cash. I just wish we got some more Adrian scenes back on Earth. As for that last walking on water scene, it's left open for our interpretation. I think whether or not Angela is the new Dr. Manhattan completely depends on if this story would ever have a continuation. If it's left as a contained story, then it's likely that John gave her his powers and ended his life. If Damon or someone else comes up with an idea for a second season, then I don't think we'll be seeing Blue Angela. She would be far too powerful and act not nearly as passive as John did while facing any conflict. John was never a man of action, even before getting his powers, and as a god, he didn't feel the need to intervene much with the world's issues. There's enough clues to support both scenarios of whether or not Angela is the new Dr. Manhattan. John could only see the past, present, and future of his own life, so wouldn't telling Angela in the last episode that she needs to see him walk on water because it'll be important later mean that he didn't die when his energy was sucked out of him? Adrian's frozen squids did destroy Lady True's containment energy device before she could take his powers. When Adrian tried to rip his body apart in the comics, John does tell him the first thing he learned how to do was put his body back together. Lady True didn't turn blue, which means his energy is out there somewhere. He already grew tired of being away from Earth, so I don't think he'll be doing that again, and plus he already achieved his goal of creating life somewhere else. But sticking around would mean more narcissists would dedicate their life to becoming him. He believes anyone who wants to take his powers, regardless of their plans, would not make a suitable host. Being as passive as he was, he kept the world balanced. If he can select someone more deserving, who would actually defend themselves like Angela and do some good with it, he can die in peace. And I think John was more than okay with dying. He's lived a long life. He may not look it, but he's been around for 90 years. If he won't defend himself from threats, or bother trying to better the world, I can imagine letting go of his life would seem logical to him. So I think he put his powers into some organic matter like he believed he could. And after eating the egg, Angela is the new Dr. Manhattan, but we'll never see it. It would be fun to see Adrian taken into custody. The FBI also took a Night Owl long before the story began, so we're not going to see that Watchmen reunion play out. At least we got to see Laurie, John, and Adrian together again. If Adrian could escape a moon from a different planet, a jail cell will be a breeze. So I know I said that the finale tied up all the crazy mysteries introduced throughout the series, but one weird moment never got addressed. Lube Man. I mean, it was pretty clear that it was Laurie's partner, Dale Petey. Like how all us nerdy fans found out Night Owl was in FBI custody. HBO releases these cool government documents each week based in the Watchmen universe, called Peteypedia. And in the last post, we pretty much got confirmation Lube Man was Dale Petey. The last issue of Doomsday Clock should be coming out in a couple of days, but I've enjoyed this show way more than that DC comic. That shit does not feel like Watchmen at all. What do you guys think of the finale and the series overall? Are you as satisfied with the 9-episode story as I am? It got me in the mood to keep talking about Watchmen, so I'll probably be pumping out some more character videos soon. Thanks for watching, guys.